For home manager Tony Cousins, it meant a reunion with plenty of familiar faces he coached last season.
Tony Cousins was hoping his time at Drogheda last season could help him get one over on his old employers in front of a large crowd at Terryland Park. Cousins handed a debut to goalkeeper Gary Rogers, who had been cleared to play after receiving dispensation from FIFA, but his first task in the maroon was to pick the ball out of the net. Shelley headed into the path of Glenn Fitzpatrick to give the side the perfect start. That defensive lapse roused a positive response from the host. Kieran Foley fired over from the edge of the area, and they came even closer minutes later. David Cook's header clipped the top of the crossbar. In contrast, Drogheda weren't as wasteful when opportunities came knocking, although they were aided by some poor defending. Declan O'Brien headed past Rogers to put his side 2 to the good. Cousins reshuffled his pack and paired Chris Armstrong up front with Stephen O'Flynn, and the home side halved the deficit before the break. Wesley Charles' presence unsettled the Drogheda defence, and Stephen O'Flynn converted from close range. With the wind in their sails, Galway began the second half on top, and Armstrong flashed over with a shot from 20 yards. Their cause was bolstered by the dismissal of Stuart Byrne before the hour mark. The ex-Shells midfielder was issued with a second yellow after leading with the elbow on Kieran Foley. Things turned from bad to worse for Drogheda minutes later when Dan Connor limped from the fray after an unsavoury collision with teammate Jason Gavin. Nico Philmoonen entered the fray to deputise between the sticks, but he was beaten on 78 minutes. Murphy released the lively O'Brien on the left, who turned Richie Baker brilliantly. He returned the ball to Murphy once more, whose first-time effort beat the Finn. The visitors were reeling, and Galway pressed forward in search of the 3 points in the minutes that followed, but there was a sharp sting in the tail. The fourth official's board, brandishing 5 minutes, was greeted with cheers from the home faithful, but the winner they craved never arrived. Eamon Zaid plundered the points in the 95th minute to complete a remarkable evening at Terryland as Drogheda came out on top in a